You're tuned in to the Brand Ambassador Select Podcast.
Welcome back to the Brand Ambassador Select Podcast, where we are showcasing the coolest brands and gifts while featuring movers and makers. I'm your host, Lenore, and finally, there is a biometric safe out there. Biometric as in the only way you can get in is with your fingerprint, your face. It's a physical storage device that prevents inappropriate audience access. Now, here is the Trova. It's currently locked right now. I can unlock it from my phone. And the best part is that it looks actually just like a portable hard drive. So you'll never actually know, or other people will never actually know what is inside and that it even contains valuables in itself. So to share more about Trova, we've invited their co-founder and CEO, Scott Loeppert, to the show. Hold up. Before he gets here, I want to open this bad boy for you. Scrolling over on my app. And as you can see, this is the app. My face. Oh, bam. And now it's open. So Scott Loeppert, welcome to the Brand Ambassador Select Podcast.
Thank you so much for having me today.
So I'm so excited to hear all about Trova. Thanks for sending us a sample here. And I did download the app and I'm ready to go. So tell us a little bit more about this portable safe that's really safe. And you can open it with your phone or your finger or your face.
That's right. So Trova is a brand really founded on the idea that we believe privacy is a must, not a maybe, and that there are lots of things in life that don't have a elegant, secure way to be stored and accessed very quickly and easily throughout your day. And so we created Trova really as a solution to provide people privacy. And to your point, it is a small personal biometric safe. It's actually a suite of products. What you have in your hand there is our smallest size, and we go all the way up through our flagship size, which is Trova Home, which is designed for use in your home.
That one's pretty cool. So you can fit all your jewelry, maybe even money. Can you fit paperwork in that?
Not designed for paperwork. It's probably a little bit small for that. It's really more oriented for items. It'd be long enough. You could put an envelope in there for sure, but it wouldn't fit a sheet of paper. Typically, we find four main use cases for our product, at least what our consumers are telling us they use it for. The first one is really around valuables and jewelry, which you mentioned. The second one is around prescription medications or some of the recreationally legal drugs like marijuana that are most of the states in the country now have it legal in some form or another. And then the third, the last one on Trova Home in particular is really around adult bedroom toys and things like that, again, require privacy and discretion, but don't really have a great place to be stored today.
Oh, you know that drawer on the side? That's not good enough?
You know, my kids are never going to be the same when they realize it wasn't just a neck massager.
No, definitely not. Okay, so you said that we have the smallest version here with us right now. I have the app, so let me open it up. It's very easy to download. I downloaded it right before we started. You sign up with an email address, password, and it's just Bluetooth. You just pair it the way it goes.
Yeah, press the unlock button there in the middle there. It's going to verify your face, and then the lock will pop, and you can see it just opened up right there.
Okay, so here we go. This is, you said the smallest one, right?
That's the smallest one. It'll fit, really, again, things you'd want to use with you on the go during the day. It could be your jewelry at the gym. If you're going to the gym, it might be your prescription medications you don't want your coworkers to know you take and things like that.
Oops. I actually have the one thing I have in front of me right now is some like lipstick. I want to see how that works if I can put it in there so you can see kind of the sizing. Some lipstick or chapstick, whatever you want to put in. Do you think it's going to close?
It should, yeah.
Bam!
There you go.
There we go. Now, do I have to be close to this device in order to lock or unlock it?
Yeah, that's a good question. So on Trova Go and Trova Go Plus, our two smaller sized versions, it's a Bluetooth connection. So you do have to be locally nearby within Bluetooth range. So call it between 10 to 20 feet or something like that for it to work. On Trova Home, we've added Wi-Fi to it. And so you can actually remote open it if you'd like to open it for somebody at your home. It'll also give you remote notifications and things like that. So it really becomes a very tamper-proof product in the sense that you can be notified the second somebody else accesses it or even moves it pretty quickly.
So how does it work if this is like mine and somebody else's, like husband and wife, siblings, a family, where they all can have access to something like that? If it wasn't just to keep your valuables away from children per se, how many phones and how many devices can be linked up to this? So can I open it, my fiance open it, and then say my mom open it?
Yeah. On Trova Go and Trova Go Plus, the answer is no. It's a one-to-one pairing for security reasons. So it's one phone, one email account and one Trova. If you want to set up your email account on another app on another phone, you can do that. But it's just a one-to-one pairing at any given time. On Trova Home, there's multiple user capability. And so the primary user can choose to authorize secondary users and tertiary users, up to 5 users in total. They can also opt to get smart notifications when each of those people access the box, and we can log all that information and things like that. That's particularly useful if there's prescription drugs that need to be rationed or something like that. You need to monitor somebody in your house and you're not always there. You can also choose not to have that oversight if you aren't that focused on knowing what your family is doing. You can just authorize other users at the beginning of the process and then choose not to get remote notifications every time they touch it or access it.
So what was the inspiration behind this specific design? Because I'm looking at it and it kind of looks like a portable hard drive.
Exactly. One of the things we wanted to do is really create a balance between something that was aesthetically pleasing, modern in design, but also would be easily overlooked, and especially by thieves, and especially for the use case if you're going to put valuables in there at all. We wanted it to be something that nobody would really ever think there was anything inside of. And so we did design it intentionally to look maybe like a battery pack or a hard drive or something like that, so that it was very easily overlooked in most situations. From an overall design perspective, we really wanted something that met people's expectation today around design. I think in the last 10 years, or really since 2007 when the iPhone launched, people's everyday expectation for design has really accelerated significantly, and nothing on the market really matched today's expectation around modern design. And so we designed something that sort of matched, we think, consumers' expectations. And then brought in a suite of smart notifications as well to kind of just modernize the whole space of personal safes and lock boxes, which are pretty analog today. It's keys and it's pressed metal. We took it to a little bit different place.
So I saw in the box that there is this a charger that it comes with?
Yeah.
So how do I know if it's dead? Do I just press the
so
button?
There's a couple of ways. First is that the app has a battery status built into it. So in the upper right-hand corner of the app, you'll see what percentage the battery is charged.
Oh, yeah. Right there, friend.
Yep. And as it gets low, it'll start sending you notifications saying, hey, I need you to charge me at some point, provided that there's a Bluetooth connection. If you're nowhere near the device, then we've built in a redundancy. And I don't know if this is going to come in super clear on the camera, but can you see that green flash there? Mm-hmm. So as the battery drops down, that's a battery indication. That means that you've got plenty of battery power. As the battery level drops down to the place where it becomes an issue, it'll actually start pulsing red and give you a visual cue that you need to charge it. And it'll start doing that before you've run out of enough power to be able to open it one more time. There's actually quite a bit of draw on the battery every time we fire the lock. And so there's a certain minimum threshold of battery power that we have to have in place to be able to do that. So it starts flashing before that happens. And then, eventually if you don't see that, then it's going to die. The good news is that the battery lasts pretty long. It lasts about a month on average use. So it's not something you need to think about, charging every day. It's something you need to charge maybe every few weeks.
Okay, that's pretty good to know, because that reminds me of like the Bluetooth speakers, is that as it starts to die a little bit, the ring turns red, it turns yellow, then it turns red, and you're like, SOS, like, give me some battery life.
Help me out over here.
Which product actually started first? Was it the Go? Was it the Home?
It was born out of a real world need for privacy that my wife and I had in our lives. So we've got 2 young boys, and they're now 12 and 13. But when we started this project, they were quite a bit younger. And they were just kind of always in everything. If you have kids, that they just kind of get into everything. And as new parents, some paranoia set in, especially after my wife had found a solve for insomnia that was in the medical marijuana and CBD space. And so we started having things around the house that we just wanted to make sure it didn't get into their hands, and we didn't have a good place to put those things that, again, matched the aesthetic from a design perspective that we were looking for, or a functionality perspective. There were plenty of zippered lock bags and things like that, but none of that really did it for us. So we bought, the concept was, okay, well, where are all the places in our lives that we could use this? One was, on the go in my wife's bag, and that's where Trova Go came from, or with me in my work bag or in a pocket or something like that. and the other one was at home. And as we started to build that out, we sort of said, okay, that's the bookends. We've got a home model that'll be largest. We've got the Go model that'll be smallest. And we'll fill in probably some sizes in the middle for travel that may be big enough for a passport and things like that. So you could take a personal, safe with you when you travel. That's slated for next year. So we launched Trova Go first, the smallest size. That was in late 2019. That's the one you have there. And then we just launched in Q4 of 2020 Trova Go Plus, which is essentially the same overall form factor, but with about 60% more interior capacity because the lid matches the bottom. And so there's quite a bit more space you get up in the top of this particular size. And then we'll bring our flagship model Trova Home to market middle of this year. We're really close on starting the manufacturing process on that.
So I don't know if this is the smartest decision that I'm going to tell you that I may do with my Trova. So like I consistently lock myself out of the house, right? Like regularly. Like I had to climb on the roof and through a window last week. It was really bad. There's a huge bruise on my butt, to be honest with you. But I can unlock my phone can unlock my car with my phone. I obviously just can't start it. So like, do you think it would be safe enough if I kept a spare key in my Trova somewhere in my car? Because usually I'm not locking myself out without a cell phone. Like, let's be real here. This is the 21st century. Like I'm always having my phone. I may not always have my keys. Do you think that would be a safe option for somebody like me?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I think that taps into part of the reason that we went with a Bluetooth, connected product is that people lose keys all the time. It's one less thing to keep track of, and you're very unlikely to lose your phone. It does happen, but not nearly as often as everything else. And all you got to do is log into a new phone and be up and running in minutes. So yeah, I think that would work out pretty well for you, provided that you kept some sort of charging apparatus in your car for in the case you may have run out of battery power between losing your house keys.
I can definitely do that. Now this is okay. So this is not. I'm not really up to date with these cords, right? So is this a USBC? Is this the new?
Yeah, that's the new protocol. So that the Trova charges with USB-C, and that's what plugs into the Trova itself. There's some confusion about USB-C, not to go into too much detail, but now it's being used for some of the rapid chargers and things like that out there on new phones. It's also used to charge new laptops, which means that there's some power management challenges we have to work with. So the reason that we include that cord is because USB-A, which is the other end of that, to USB-C will charge your Trova. But if you try to use a charging port for your computer, for example, that would hit the Trova with way too much power. Our module basically doesn't allow that to happen inside the Trova because we don't want to fry the batteries.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense because I just got a new iPhone actually, and they said this one cord can only be used with the expedited charger. You can't put them with the other backs. I'm like, okay, thanks.
Yeah, it's the expedited charging. There's a whole power management module in all those new phones so that they can deliver, to give you a real number. Old iPhone chargers, the old pucks, they would give you about 5 watts. The new ones give you 65 watts when they're at peak charging. So it's more than 10 times, 13 times as much.
So you can grab any of your Trovas at trovaofficial.com. You can check them out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. On Facebook at Trova Go, on Instagram at Trova Official, and on Twitter at Official Trova. Scott, thank you for showing us this incredible product. I'm going to open it up again so I can get my lipstick out of it.
Gonna need that. It's a busy day, I can tell.
I know. Like, I got to make them look all good and pretty for you and other people. So bam, there you go. My face opened it up. There we go. It actually fits. So something this size, just so anybody who is viewing right now, you can see that this is like how it is on my hand. So you can see the difference. We're putting it in there. And I do like that you have, what would you call this? The strap?
Yeah, it's a strap to secure, maybe you want to put a vape in there or something like that. There's also a magnetic clip for rings on top of that. So if you wanted to keep your rings a little bit more perfectly secured in there, or earrings or something like that, you put your hoops in there.
So once again, you can grab your Trova at trovaofficial.com. Scott is a co-founder and the CEO. Thank you for showing us such an incredible product. And actually, I think you're going to help my life out a little bit better with, losing things.
That's the goal. Love to hear that.
Well, that's a wrap on another episode of the Brand Ambassador Select podcast. I'm your host, Lenore. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss one. More at brandambassadorselect.com, and we will see you next time.